What's going on, guys? We're going to be working on one of my favorite subjects. I love to do some spinning, and I want you to get your horse to the place where you no longer have to pull them through. Just like everything else we do, anything you do in horsemanship, you need the ability to be able to ask your horse to do something, and they keep doing it until you stop asking them. So today we're going to be working on that spinning without having to keep pushing and keep popping on your horse to get them to do that. A good prep I'm going to show you with Fanny here is I want you to trot a circle. So I'm going to come right here, and I want to take this small circle here, and I want to think about keeping my inside hand a little higher to keep that shoulder up. And the faster your horse can trot this circle consistently without having an issue, the faster your horse is going to be able to spin. So I'm going to keep going through this small circle here until he gets consistent about it. And we haven't worked on spins in a while. It's funny to me that horses are the last thing you ever worked on. So if you've been working on canter, they want it canter. If you've been working on quiet, they want to be quiet. So notice I'm just looking for that smooth, quiet motion through here. I would like him to be a little bit more consistent. Inside hands up. Outside leg is further back, and hold. So I'm going to ask him to put his head down first. Good. Now, I'm going to ask him, we just circle to the left, and I'm going to look for that trot cadence that he just had to the left. That's the whole point. Remember, spinning is trotting, so we're just looking for him to trot. I want to be able to pick him up and ask, so I just want to be able to melt this direction, take this inside leg off, and ask for that spin. But look how quickly I'm really only going to pick the rein back up and push on him whenever he tries to get out of it or slow down, because I would like for him to keep those revolutions on his own. So I want to be able to melt to my left cheek. I'll pop my lower back out. I'll pop my lower back out here. I'll put weight in my inside stirrup, so my left stirrup in this case. I click to him. Ho. So right there, I waited until he gave me about a half a revolution without me asking. And that half a revolution, ho, that half a revolution without me pushing, I don't want to be kicking my horse or cropping my horse or popping my horse or pulling my horse for every step. Speed from all these things come from efficiency. The more efficient your horse is doing, the more willing and the easier they do something, the easier it is to add juice to it, the easier it is to add energy. But if you get in the habit where you're popping on that horse and you're giving a lot of energy and the horse is giving you very little, that horse is never going to spin fast because you're already giving a lot of energy, so what can you do? You can't up it from there. Once you're spurring a horse and popping a horse, there's not a lot more you can do. So we want to get the horse where they start easy, they move quickly right off of the bat. So kind of some pre-cues to prep him, because that's really what helps with the efficiency, is anything that you're doing that you set up your body in the exact same way, from lead departures to gating to collection to anything you do, that we have the exact same body posture, the exact same setup, so the horse knows what's coming, and it really allows him to know what he's about to do next. So here let me do from the side so you can see it better. Oh. I'm going to pop out my lower back here, just like this. So remember, when horses get really fast, and this is a passer that's learning how to spin, whenever you have those quarter horse reiners, if you don't sit back here and round up your back and sit back, they will throw you forward. Like whenever I got horses that would put the split reins out to the side, I thought that I was doing something. I thought I was going fast. Whenever I went to ride with my buddy Shane Brown up in Colorado on those reining horses, those horses suck the reins up by their head, so you'll be riding in split reins and the end of the reins will be up by their face because they are moving so fast that it's pulling things outward and towards their head. So you want to pop out your lower back. I'm going to pop out my inside stirrup here, so my left stirrup, because I'm going to go to the left, and my right leg is going to be pressuring back here whenever I do ask of him. The reason being, I want my outside leg to be back by his hip, because he already knows that I want him to spin. So I don't want my pressure to be up here, because that would make it easy for his butt to pop out. We don't want his butt to pop out. We want him to pivot on his butt. So I want to keep my leg back here, and hopefully all I have to do, right, focus. All I should have to do is touch him to the left. Ho. Good boy. Good boy. So that's very little. I'm giving him a click as we go through because I want to click for the cadence. If I give him a nice slow kick and I'm just looking for him to get comfortable, you see he kind of dances around, pivots around. He has to get comfortable before I can really start picking on him to do everything correctly. He needs to get more efficient and he needs to get easier at it. Very good, very good. So I really like that he's trying. On a complete loose rein, he's not going forward. If you guys at home are trying this and they're just blasting forward, you're not to this stage, so we want to put them in their place, ask them to spin. As you're spinning and they really don't know what they're doing, make sure that you are giving them the reins back, and when they try to get out of it, make sure you're grabbing them back and putting them where you want so that you can start to get to this place. This is an intermediate pivot, so he's already has the idea of what we want, but he's nowhere near, you know, reining speed or really being able to call that a spin. I would love for this guy flying around in a circle like that, but before I can make him all flustered and give him a lot of energy to do it, I need him to be very comfortable at it. So every day we would come out and 5 minutes, 10 minutes, small sessions, look for him to get more comfortable and more efficient, more comfortable and more efficient. Every day that he does that, just like if you start running every day, you're just going to get easier and easier at it. Your body gets adjusted to the movement, and you'll be able to go longer and longer, easier and easier, faster and faster. It's the exact same way with your horse. So spinning tip, performance tip at home, look to get your horse where you don't have to pull them or push them through the spin, but just like backing, just like cantering, just like everything else, you can ask and leave the horse alone. Set it and forget it, and the only time that you're pressuring him is when he tries to stop on his own or slow down on his own, that you just say, hey, excuse me, get back to it. If you do this for 5 or 10 minutes a day, you'll be so amazed how handy your horse gets. Well, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.